While some oppose the advancement of artificial intelligence, others not only welcome it, but are actively advocating for its expansion. Among those behind that push, the Bahamas Bureau of Standards and Quality. Daniel Dean tells us more.
So we are glad to have you all joining us today under the theme of achieving industry, innovation, and infrastructure through artificial intelligence.
If you're in fishing, technology, or even the healthcare industry, you should consider increasing the presence of artificial intelligence. And the reasoning is quite simple: for optimal results. At least that's the message the Bahamas Bureau of Standards and Quality is pitching on this World Standards Day. But what about the overriding concern of AI adversely impacting the local employment rate, threatening the necessity of some jobs? Here's Duran Humes, CEO of Bahamian software consulting firm, with a response. When asked, Duran Humes, CEO of Bahamian software consulting firm, Plato Alpha, responded like this.
You don't necessarily have to be scared, because a lot of jobs will be taken over by artificial intelligence, but maybe not in your lifetime. So it may be 20, 30, 40, 50 years before artificial intelligence takes your jobs, but it will ultimately.
Humes even referenced the recent longshoremen's port strike in the U.S., stating that for this reason, the strike only made things worse for those involved.
All that essentially did was accelerated the timeline of the port owners to say, hey, we're going to automate you guys out of a job, right? If they didn't strike, they may have bought themselves maybe another 5-10 years.
Onassis Nottage, co-founder and managing director of Results Lab, an AI and data consulting firm, addressed AI from a legal perspective, cautioning that there are stipulations in place to promote trustworthy artificial intelligence.
I think it was about a year ago, the EU released the Artificial Intelligence Act that pretty much categorized AI based off of levels of risk.
Based on one of the transparency obligations implemented by the European Union, providers of AI systems, including general-purpose AI systems generating synthetic audio, image, video, or text content, shall ensure that the outputs of the AI system are marked in a machine-readable format or detectable as artificially generated or manipulated. Humes added, though, that AI's growing popularity does not mean workers should just sit by, but use the opportunity to reskill, find a new industry, or learn to use AI for their benefit. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
The evening session of this year's National Honors Investiture and Conferment Ceremony saw nearly 200 Bahamians receive honors, a proud moment for the honorees and their families. And as Corvell Pyfrom tells us, it is hoped these honorees inspire future generations of Bahamians.
In honoring this latest group of Bahamians being bestowed national honors, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell, who also chairs the National Advisory Council on National Honors, reflected on the journey that brought us here. From the abolition of slavery, majority rule, uplifting our African heritage and national independence.
Fortunately, again, there were men and women who saw the vision and the need to pass on their examples to the next generation. 7 of them have now been declared national heroes of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, a country that is only 51 years old today.
Men and women, some no longer with us, representing a wide range of areas, receive the nation's highest honors. Prime Minister Philip Davis says these men and women are owed a huge debt.
Today's honorees have elevated virtually every area of our society: education, healthcare, the arts, public service, and beyond. They have all played vital roles in uplifting our nation, and for that, you have our everlasting gratitude.
Veteran photojournalist Eric Smith, Assistant Commissioner of Police Warren Johnson, and Olympian Devin Charlton were among this year's honorees.
Well, all I did was for my country, and I will continue to do it for my country, no matter what.
When you start off in life, you don't really know where your journey will take you. But to serve one's country in this manner has been the single greatest honor for me.
It feels amazing to be recognized against some of the greatest Bahamians, and just to receive this honor, it feels good just to be recognized for accomplishments. It's a good feeling.
On this National Heroes Day 2024, roughly 400 Bahamians had honors bestowed upon them. Expect that figure to remain in that ballpark at least for the next few years or so, because as Minister Mitchell puts it, when it comes to honoring Bahamians who've made significant contributions to national development in this country, well, we still have a lot of catching up to do. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Still to come, the push to feed those in need. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
In the chaos of our daily lives, it's easy to be caught up in the rush. But when you're behind the wheel, remember, rushing can lead to disaster. Don't rush. Take your time. Remember, your life and others depends on it. Slow down. Stay alert and arrive alive. Because in the race of life, it's not about how fast you get there, but how safely.
This message is brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
In tonight's Business Beat, we look at the rights of consumer and the agency tasked with ensuring those rights are protected. Here's Corvell Pyfrom.
Senator Randy Roll is coming up on the 2-month mark in his role as the executive chairman of the Consumer Protection Commission, and he and his team are on a mission.
The work of the Commission is to deal with goods and services to make sure that we protect consumers as it relates to services.
The agency has seen an uptick, Roll says, in the number of complaints it receives from consumers. Already more than 300 for the year. Here are the services ranked by number of complaints according to Roll.
In our research, we realized that courier services was ranked number 1, followed by construction services, and then there was hardware stores, and again, utility companies.
He wants consumers to know not only that they have rights, but that there is a process for them to seek recourse.
We believe that once they have knowledge of what their rights are, and of course an avenue in which they can complain, then we will see an increase in the numbers of complaints.
The Commission is planning an education campaign and widespread media blitz to help raise the public's awareness about consumer advocacy. Senator Roll believes through the Commission's work, we'll begin to see a paradigm shift in the way business is done.
So you're going to see a lot of campaigning, a lot of public relations stuff from our standpoint, so that consumers know it, a lot of training and education. And so we have a team that's going to go on the streets, that's going to go on social media and talk about what is your rights as a consumer.
Senator Roll stresses that he, neither his team here at the Consumer Protection Commission, are out to punish anybody. They just want to ensure that consumers and businesses live up to their end of the bargain in the delivery, purchase, and sales of goods and services. On the Business Beat, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Aviation, the Honourable Chester Cooper, will take the lead in negotiating and signing air services agreements with 20 countries next week to enhance connectivity and boost tourism. He will be attending the 16th ICAO Air Services Negotiation, or ICANN 2024, hosted by Malaysia's Ministry of Transport on October 21st through 25th. The agreements are expected to lead to increased travel, promote economic growth, and attract added international visitors. This, of course, boding well for the Bahamas as it looks to solidify its status as a leading travel destination. In addition to the negotiations, there will also be discussions on best practices in aviation, sustainability, and the future of air travel. And if things couldn't get any better for Bahamas Air's Up and Away magazine, the publication, which just this past summer won the prestigious title of the Caribbean's leading in-flight magazine, has now been nominated for an even grander title, the world's leading in-flight magazine. The publication can cast a vote on the World Travel Awards website by October 20th. The winning international publication will be announced in Madeira, Portugal, on November 24th. The local government junior elections deadline is days away. In fact, this Thursday, October 17th. 42 schools across the country are participating in this year's exercise, with over 6,000 students already registered. And get this, these students' leaders are vying for positions in 103 contested elections. The local government junior council serves as a succession plan for local government. It's also a civic platform for youth to voice their concerns and ideas, empowering them to take active roles in schools and communities. No one should go hungry, especially during the holidays. Bahamas Striping group of companies seeking assistance for a Thanksgiving initiative to feed people throughout the Bahamas. The project aims to ensure that families in need can celebrate the holiday with a hearty Thanksgiving meal.
Where this year, our company has an ambitious goal, which is to feed 15,000 persons throughout the archipelago of the Bahamas. We look forward to receiving menu items: ham, the turkey, bales of rice, seasonings, all of these items. If you can only do one ham and one turkey, please reach out to us. You can get us a gift certificate from the various companies, food stores, and just drop it off to our head office, and we will definitely make it work.
The organization plans to partner with local food banks, community centers, food stores, schools, and the mail boat to facilitate the distribution of all the meals in a timely and professional manner. But most importantly, the public's assistance in any way they can to make this initiative a success.
As we want to also not only assist them with that venture, but we are opening up avenues for young students to go ahead and see what it is like to do community service, as we have the ambitious goal to feed 1,000 out of the 15,000.
We're reaching out to the mailboat companies as well, if they can assist us with donating their services, so that we're able to transfer these much needed menu items to the various family islands cost-free. So please, as well as the trucking companies for distribution as well.
Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, Olympian Devin Charlton receives a special honor. We'll tell you what that was just ahead in sports.
From the sugar to the jam to the pigeon peas and coconut milk. I love JBI products. My favorite product is the ginger tea. My favorite item would be the peas and coconut milk. For today, I'm trying out their white cane sugar. I want to say, I've been buying this now for 5 years. It gives me a good kick in the morning.
Whenever my mommy cooks, she must and will put the JBI corn inside my tuna and rice.
Anytime I make my sky juice, I always use JBI condensed milk. It's really good.
All of the products are exceptional.
Try JBI.
Happy anniversary, JBI. Happy 30th year anniversary, JBI. Happy 30th anniversary, JBI.
Thank you, Bahamas.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn to show you can. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
We're just gonna add some spinach in there, gonna bring out all that flavor.
From quick and easy meals on the go to savory and delicious down-home delights, dishing it up is what we do.
I'm Chef Manny. I'll be the new host of Dishing It Up Season 2, and I'm inviting you to my kitchen here at Manuelo's.
And together, we're cooking up a new season of delicious Bahamian dishes. Welcome back to Dishing It Up.
The ZNS Total Sports Report is brought to you by the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup. 6 days of high-level competition, October 23rd to 28th.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcelo Saul, starting you off with some track and field news. Devin Charlton on the podium, kind of, sort of. She got a different kind of award this past weekend. Olympian Devin Charlton among the hundreds of Bahamians receiving national honors during the annual investiture and conferment ceremony at Bahamas Monday evening. Now, the 28-year-old world record holder is coming off an incredible season, including a 6th-place finish in the 100-meter hurdles at the Paris Olympics. Now, Devin was conferred the Order of Merit member honor at yesterday's ceremony. She spoke to us shortly afterwards about what receiving this honor means to her, her recovery from a broken foot she recently suffered, and the upcoming season.
It means a lot because I just remember being that little girl, like looking up to the Golden Girls back in the early 2000s, and just wanting to be just like them, and to start to witness that having that same effect on young girls. It's a good feeling. It's humbling, for sure, but a little bit of pressure, but it's a lot of weight on my shoulders, but I'm happy to do that.
And in terms of your season, like, how are things worth?
So right now, recovering from an injury I picked up at the end of the season. I broke my foot, but recovery's going well. I'm on the mend, and looking forward to having another strong season next year.
And from the softball beat, the Sam Haven Co-Ed softball tournament taking place yesterday at the Bankers Field. Pretty good action throughout the day, but at the end of the competition, it would be outsiders getting the job done. They took the championship title, defeating BAF Financial. Karan Sands was the men's MVP, with none other than Sophia Cartwright taking the MVP honors on the ladies' side. And that's your check on sports for you here on this beautiful Tuesday. Of course, we have our Tuesday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
The ZNS Total Sports Report has been brought to you by the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup. Get your tickets now, online or at the Andre Rogers Stadium.
Suicide prevention starts with recognizing the warning signs and taking them seriously. If you think a friend or family member is suicidal, there is a lot that you can do to help and save a life. However, for persons who are not in the grips of suicidal depression and despair, it's a bit difficult to understand what actually drives many individuals to take their own lives. A suicidal person may feel as if there is no help available and they're in so much pain that there aren't any other options. So here are a few warning signs to look out for. A person frequently talking about suicide, self-loathing or self-hatred, suddenly getting their affairs in order, saying goodbye to loved ones, withdrawing from others, and self-destructive behavior. Talking to a friend or family member about their suicidal thoughts and feelings can be extremely difficult for anyone. If you're unsure whether or not someone is suicidal, the best way to find out is to simply ask. Giving a suicidal person the opportunity to express their feelings can provide relief from loneliness, pent-up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today. If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Basil?
Good evening, Royston. We are looking at two areas in the tropics, one in the far eastern Atlantic, another one in the Caribbean Sea, which has not yet developed. But as we head into the weekend, we expect perhaps a tropical depression developing out of that one in the far eastern Atlantic as it approaches the Les Antilles. And then in the Caribbean Sea, we're also giving this one a low chance of development in the short term. But by the weekend and heading into the early part of next week, that could bump up to about 30% as well. So those are the two areas that we will continue to monitor and keep you abreast. And our temperatures around the Fountain Valley this evening: Marshall, Abaco, 78, 79 in Green, Turtle Key, and Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, 82. 86 degrees in Allenstown, Bimini, Harbour Island at 82, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 80. 82 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, Camp Space, North Andros, Black Point, Exuma at 83. 81 over in Otterstown, Cat Island, and San Salvador, and that extends into Rumkey as well. Georgetown, Exuma, 82 degrees, 82s again in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, McGowan, and Acklands, 81, Matthew Town, 83, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. And our satellite picture, well, is showing you quite a bit of cloudiness over the northwest, central, and even southeastern parts of our country, with ribbons of showers in the extreme northwest and some passing through the northwest Bahamas. So we'll see pockets of showers and thunderstorms developing over the course of tonight. Our forecast for tonight looking like this: a couple of showers and thunderstorms this evening, otherwise partly to mostly cloudy and a bit on the warm side with a low temperature of 78 degrees. And then tomorrow it's going to be mostly cloudy once again. A thunderstorm or two is still possible with a high temperature of 83 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, a bit of the wet stuff remaining around through Wednesday. Thursday we get a little break, but still there'll be one or two passing showers. Friday and Saturday, the scattered showers and thunderstorms will return, but as we head into Sunday, we'll see a bit of relief again as the sun will come out, and that will continue through most of the early part of next week with just some isolated showers. Right, sir?
Thank you, Basil. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At the Office of the Prime Minister, I'm Devontae Hanno. This is ZNS.